about to start our program. Please make your way forward to the lobby.
I remember starting the program.
It looks like part two.
Toast.
Yes, come on forward.
We have to talk to you.
Make your way towards the front. It is standing room only. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Vallejo Sister City Black and White Gala. I am Yolanda Kim. I'm one of the past presidents, and I will be your mistress of ceremonies this evening. Vallejo has 6 sister cities and 3 friendship cities. So you ask, what is sister city? Well, in 1956, President Dwight Eisenhower envisioned an organization that could be the hub of peace and prosperity by creating bonds between people from different cities around the world. Since our inception in 1971, Vallejo Sister City Association has worked to create global relationships based on cultural, educational, information, and trade exchanges. Most recently, heartfelt humanitarian trips were taken to Mexico and Africa, which you will see in our slideshow a little bit later. So we strive to connect globally and thrive locally. And tonight, we are here to connect with all of you.
All right. Yes.
All of our efforts to connect globally and thrive locally is not possible without the support of our community and sponsors like you. So with that said, we have pledge envelopes, we have events listings. Please be sure to sign up for one of those. So at this time, I would like to ask our president, William Kim, to come up and say his greeting.
Well, yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome, everyone. It's great to have you all here tonight with us. Tonight is really a gathering of friends and our supporters. And our goal tonight is get to know each other better and to connect with you for our future event. We have a rare performance all the way from Korea. You guys saw the Oscar-winning Parasite? Yes, that's a modern movie, but this is a traditional performance. And this performance came all the way from Korea. They have performed in East Coast, Washington, D.C., and Seattle, Washington, and Oregon, Portland, Oregon, and last stop, Vallejo, California. How about that? And what better way to spend your Friday evening, here at one of the Solano County's finest winery, Vino Godfather. Once again, thank you so much being here, and have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you, President Kim. We're somehow connected. You guys can figure it out later, all right? So 40 years, we've been connecting the dots for 40 years. Pretty good, right? I had to throw that out there. I Actually, I would like to introduce our elected officials. We'll start with our number one supporter, Mayor Bob Sampayan. I know we have Mel Lapilla from Congressman Mike Thompson's office. We have Mr. Tom Barty from Assembly Bill Dodd's office.
Senator.
I'm sorry, Senator Bill Dodd's office. What am I doing? And we have our Korean Consulate General's office. Right here. From San Francisco, Mr. Park Jun-young. And we also have Deputy Consul General of Japan in San Francisco, Mr. Kazuhiro Iryu. So pardon me if I missed anyone.
The First Lady.
I'm so sorry, Ramona. How could I forget? Our First Lady, Ramona Sampayan. And we have Avery Young from Solano County School College Board, Solano County Solano County Trustee. Thank you. So sorry. And let's have our favorite mayor to say a few words. Mayor Bob Sampayan.
Thank you so much, Yolanda. I want to welcome all of you on behalf of the Vallejo City Council and myself. Welcome to this magnificent event. You know, every year when I look at how much this organization has grown and what they have done for our community, but also expressing what is important to the world peace, I have to thank all of you for what you do. This is truly something that rests very, very, very close to my heart, is world peace. We as a society look out on our brothers and sisters all over the world, and we see a lot of negative, we see a lot of heartache, we see a lot of trouble. But what we do find is that organizations such as this make all of us want to believe in what we truly, truly feel in our hearts, and that is world peace. And I can't thank you. I can't thank all of you enough for what you do for not just the city of Vallejo as a sister city, but more importantly, what you do for world peace and brotherhood for all of us as a society. So thank you so very much. Welcome. Enjoy this event. Have fun. Let's give Vito Godfather a huge round of applause. Where are you? Waving your hand, my dear. There she is. There's Twyla. This young lady is all about what's right for our city. And I'm so proud of her. Just so proud of her and Frank. Sadly, Frank has got a bit of a bug tonight, or he would be here. He's running about 103 fever.
Yeah.
So
He needs to stay home.
So he definitely need to stay home. So think of Frank tonight, and in your prayers, wish him well, please. But Twyla, thank you. To you and Vina Godfather, we love you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, give him a big round, you guys. Woo! Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Mayor Sampayan. Vino Godfather actually supports all of our Sister City events. They're so generously supportive, and we appreciate that. Thank you so much. At this time, I would like to ask Consul General of Republic of Korea in San Francisco, Mr. Jun-young Park.
Yeah!
A few words.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah. It's really a great honor for me to be here this evening, and the venue is perfect. And The lady of this house allowed me to taste red wine and white wine. That was really tasty.
Yes,
Yes. And to become here, it took me 1.5 hours. And I think
Thank you.
yeah, I think it is really worthwhile.
You deserve it.
Yeah, and this is my third time visit to Vallejo, and I feel myself a lot closer to Vallejo City, and not only the Vallejo City, but also to Vallejo City people, Koreans, and the others. And this evening, I congratulate the Vallejo City Sister City Association for successfully hosting this event. You know, my consultant and I are always supportive of these associations' activities, including Vallejo and the Chincheon exchanges. Yes. And this evening we are going to enjoy the performances of the Korean traditional arts, which will be performed by some Korean artists. Some are from Korea, right?
And all from Korea.
All from Korea, yeah.
Yes.
From far away place across the Pacific. I really welcome them. I would like to express my warmest welcome to all of the performers. These days, Korean culture, contemporary and traditional, are warmly welcomed in the world stage, including
Parasite.
and the BTS and the Gangnam Style by Psy. And also, Korean traditional art is also warmly welcomed by many foreigners. I'm very proud of that. Thank you again for inviting me, and I hope you enjoy the performance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Park.
You know, can I add one thing? Our Korean Consul General, Mr. Park, is very humble, but recently he was recognized as one of the hardest working Consul General in the world. He was
Wow, and I thought Sister City was the hardest working one. Well, it is my pleasure to welcome Deputy Consul General of Japan in San Francisco, Mr. Kazuhiro Iruyu.
My case, I prefer text. Thank you for kind introduction. Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, my name is Kazuhiro Iryu, Deputy Consul General of Japan in San Francisco. It's a great pleasure for me to join you tonight, the first time for me, and I'd like to extend my thanks to Mr. William Kim and the rest of the Vallejo Sister City Association for inviting me tonight. I also like to thank Mayor Sam Payan in my country's project collector and the government officials present tonight for their great support of the association and their activities over the years. It's so important to have city and state officials involved in these relationships. So thank you very much for your time and great efforts. Furthermore, it is so nice to see a friendly face in the audience, and it's great to see Honorable Consul General of Korea, Mr. Park Jong-un, this evening. I'm very much looking forward to the traditional music performance by the talented professional musicians from your country, South Korea. I must truly commend the Vallejo Sister City Association and its leaders and members who volunteer their time to maintain their long-standing relationships with the numerous sister cities and friendship cities that it has ties to. I'd like to especially note the relationship between Vallejo and, in the case of Japan, Akashi, is a Hyogo prefecture close to Kobe, which have been sister cities for over 50 years now. Wow. Very long, actually. I know the connections that have been formed over the recurring goodwill delegation exchanges and homestays and other cultural activities have led to an even stronger relationship and, most importantly, lasting friendships.
Yes.
Strong people-to-people exchange form the basis of all sister city relationships. And the relationships then lead toward not only educational and cultural exchanges, but also new economic and business opportunities and better government policies. So in a world that is growing increasingly more and more connected through technology, high technology, but often divided in mindset. So it is important to continue to develop ties that bring our communities and our next generation closer.
Yes.
Much more closer. So again, I would like to extend my appreciation, deep appreciation to everyone here tonight for their contribution to helping to promote peaceful relations and mutual understandings across the globe. It's an honor for our consulate office in San Francisco to be a part of your sister city activities, which, judging by this crowd of Vallejo, is alive, well, and stronger than ever. I'm proud to represent the Japanese government in attending this inaugural Gala this evening, and would like to reiterate the message that we are here to support you and will continue to contribute to your activities in any way that we can. I wish you all the best in 2020 and beyond. Thank you very much, and please enjoy the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So we actually had youth sports diplomats travel to Akashi, Japan in celebration of 50-year anniversary, and to Jincheon, Korea to celebrate 16 years of anniversary, and also to Baguio, Philippines in celebration of 25th anniversary in 2018. So I know we took girls basketball team and high school girls basketball team, and we took youth taekwondo team. It was an amazing sight to see. We had goodwill exchanges, yes, but we were competitive too. Of course, we're from the United States. You've got it, right? So that was a tremendously successful and memorable trip. I know a lot of the kids build on that trip, and they still communicate with some of the friends they've made overseas. So with that said, I want to share Vallejo Sister City works tirelessly to promote peace and understanding through exchanges and initiatives that focus on arts and culture, youth and education, business and trade, and community development. Last year, we traveled to Mexico and Tanzania, Africa. Right? I know the long flight. Oh man, yeah. I couldn't handle that one. So, and we were there to educate, gave school supplies, medical supplies, and paid to install solar lights. Learned and engaged in their local culture. And guess what? We even cleaned their beach. Hey! We don't even do that here. So right now we put together a slideshow with some of the highlights, and we'll play that for you right here as soon as we can bring the TV out to the front. But I encourage each and every one of you to not leave this room tonight without becoming a member. Right? Yes, we have membership applications here. We also have sponsorship opportunities for all of our upcoming events. We'd love to have you partner with us and work with us and share all of this wonderful work that we do around the world. Yes, thank you. So right after the slideshow, we're going to bring on the performance all the way from Korea. Here we go.
¿Qué? ¿Ya? ¿El tiro? ¿Qué?
Oh my gosh. That doesn't bring tears to your eyes. Oh my gosh. Oh.
We should be passing the tissues around the room because it was so touching. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we're going to hear some live testimonials in just one sec. I do want to introduce an organization that does some beautiful work around the world. World Kimwa. I'm sorry, I can't read the bottom half. But this is President Naomi Rogers. I'd like you to just say a couple words before you leave. Thank you, Ms. Rogers. All the way from Arkansas. So let's hear from Ms. Naomi Rogers.
Good evening. My name is Reverend Dr. Naomi Rogers from all the way from Arkansas, the home of President Clinton and also birthplace of General MacArthur. I'm the president of a World Federation of Korean Intermarried Women's Association. We have 16 different countries and 39 chapters. And then our mission is that we are networking the Korean intermarried women living all over the world, and with make one voice and one connection in order to help and plant the hope and the dream and peace, world of peace, and the helping some Korean orphanages living in all over the world, 14 countries, and also locally we try to collaborate with the community of all different background, and especially to provide the helping aid and most significant effective help that the group needed. So I'm really feel honored and be glad that I'm here, and I really feel honored and appreciate. Also that I have had some special link with a sister city. Our North Little Rock and the Little Rock mayors, both city mayors, have sister cities in Korea. And I have been responsible for 20 years of that long. So we are going to celebrate 20 years of the sister city in my own state. So thank you for, I feel like that you are our extended family. So please support that our new branch pretty soon. We are going to launching the Greater San Francisco area chapter for World Federation of the Korean Intermarried Women's Association. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. You know what? I had a breakfast this 9 o'clock this morning, and after she heard our sister city movement, she generously donated $1,000 to the sister city. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers. So, we're going to follow the slideshow. Here with us to share his personal experience is our past chair of the commission and former president of the association, Mr. Pelton Stewart.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. And when I talk about Sister City, it starts with myself and how I got involved. I was raised in San Francisco, my wife was raised in San Francisco, and we were looking to buy a home. Couldn't afford to buy in San Francisco, so we started looking around the Bay Area. And when we looked at Vallejo, it reminded us of San Francisco, its diversity. We grew up in a part of San Francisco where it was a little United Nations. There was a little bit of everybody in our neighborhood. And that's what we wanted for our kids. So we chose Vallejo. And we were tooling around, and my family were asking, well, how do you like Vallejo? I said, it's not quite what I expected it to be. It has the diversity, but I don't see Vallejo really valuing it like San Francisco does. All the cultural events you have in San Francisco and how they value every culture, I just don't see that in Vallejo. I kept saying that, and finally my wife and some friends said, what are you doing about that? And Lonnie Brumfield and Brenda Brumfield kept bugging me about getting involved in Sister City. So, as God works, I was in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, for a religious conference. We had a day off. They said, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I'd like to see the connection to slavery, how my ancestors ended up in the United States. And they said, well, you need to go to Bagamoyo. I said, okay, we're going to Bagamoyo. We're in Bagamoyo looking in a museum. I looked on the wall and I said, does that say Vallejo? And there was a plaque on the wall from Vallejo's sister city. And I said, this is God telling me, you better get involved in Vallejo's sister city. There's a lot of people I always talk about, Dinah and Brenda and DG, and the president of the Vallejo Sister City Association before I was president was a guy named Paul Ligda. And Paul taught me about how you can be the leader, but you got to give them enough room to flex their muscles and do things. And that was different for me because the way I was taught, I was raised in a military family, and it was top down. And you didn't have any wiggle room, you just had to do it this way. And Paul taught me, and I saw how he ran the Sister City Group as president, that have each subcommittee have some power, have the ability to do things. And in Vallejo, in our Sister City program, you'll see every ethnicity in every one of our subgroups. It's not just the Africans for the Africans, it's just not the Koreans for the Koreans. In fact, I've been to Korea twice. Okay? Now, on my meager salary, you say, how could I do that? And it's because this man right here said, we'll find a way to get even you on that trip. You pay for the airfare, we'll take care of everything else. And that's the kind of people we have. The second trip, as Yolanda mentioned, we went to 3 cities in Asia. I couldn't afford to go all 3. I went to 2 of the 3. Guess what? It didn't stop me from participating. Nobody looked at me any differently. That's the kind of group we have here. And we need your help. In order for us to move forward, we need not just the worker bees like me, but we need the black tie folks like you. And there's going to be some things that we're going to be telling you about where you can actually help and not have to roll up your sleeves, but guess what? You want to roll up your sleeves? We have projects for you. And I'm going to turn it back over to Yolanda now, but I want to tell you we have a wonderful group of leaders. Alyssa's in the back right now. She had surgery and she can't move around, but Alyssa Stewart is the current chair of the Vallejo Sister City Commission. And that's the official wing of our Sister City efforts. The association, this is an association bit we're at now, and Grandmaster Kim is the president of it, but they're linked at the hip. You can't have one without the other, and it's been a blessing that we have all these people around here that have assisted us over the years, and I want to thank you all for being here. And the young men that's coming forward, when we talked about that trip to Asia, we had a number of fundraisers because the kids, we had a big taekwondo team and a big girls basketball team. We had to raise the money, right? We did. We did car washes. We did all sorts of. I have pictures of him where he's like this. And I'm telling you, in a span of a couple years, I want you to see. I'm looking him in the eye now. So I'm going to turn it back over to Yolanda. But this is a great example of what Vallejo has to offer to the world.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Stewart. So like he says, you guys donate the funds, we'll do the work. That's how it works, all right? Okay, so Logan is a black belt in Taekwondo, and he has traveled to Korea, Philippines, and Mexico as youth sports diplomat. And he is here to share his amazing journey. Come on over, Logan. Yeah, not so little.
Go Logan, growing up.
As you guys all heard, over the summer I went to the trip with the city of Vallejo to Ensenada, Mexico. Out of any trip I've ever been on before, that was probably the most emotional for me. Well, soon after arriving at Open Arms, I realized how fortunate I am to be able to go to school every day, have food in the fridge every day, and be able to spend time with my parents. I mean, I see a lot of these kids, they've been through a lot. There was a story that we heard. A family had left. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
You got it. You got it.
A family had left their 2 kids in the house because the parents needed to go off and work. They locked the kids in the house, so they weren't able to go to school. If they ran out of food, they couldn't get any more. And by the time the parents came back, they found the house in ashes, and the kids were inside when the house burned down. Yeah, all these kids, they've been through a lot, and it was
Tell it, Logan.
it was really tough learning about like their backstories. But the kids, they were also kind. They were when they were with us, we taught them Taekwondo. They were happy the whole time. Yeah, it was the trip to Ensenada was really an incredible experience, very unforgettable. And I want to say thank you for letting me go on the trip.
He's a very amazing youth. He's very responsible. He's one that can actually carry out a conversation with an adult. You know, that's a difficult thing these days. We seem to have a slight generation gap. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, a rare Korean traditional music performance by Yein and Sodam, directly from Korea. Okay, they're not locals, they came straight from Korea. They come to us with a very impressive musical and instrumental background. Please welcome the performers of Haegum, led by director Kyok Kim, and Korean traditional song group Soda, led by director Kun Hee Kim. Okay, let's welcome them. Maybe I need to say it in Korean. Yeah! Put your hands together for You know, we lucked out with them being here tonight. It just so happens that they were I think they went to Washington, Oregon, and Washington, D.C. and Seattle, and they had one evening free. This is tonight, and they perform again tomorrow. So, here they are. Please welcome Yein and Sodam.
you.
Don't worry about the first week. Don't cut yourself. It was a mistake. It happened.
It means everybody's supposed to buy a Gala ticket on the class.
Here comes Tom's now.
That's what I heard from your
You happy?
Yes.
I'm happy. The song is 신한가. 신한가. Love story. Love song. 우리 그랬죠.
쑥된 머리 귀신 형용 정마국방에 잔자기에 생각나는 것은 이뿐이라 보고 지고 보고 지고 보고 치고 손가락 피를 내어 서정으로 인물 찾아볼까 간장에 썩은 눈물로 입에 화상을 그려볼까 개운 한마 추월같이 문이라 보지고 보고 치고 쑥된 머리 통역을 조금 했어요. 다음 곡은 우리 여기 오니까 샌프란시스코의 바다가 너무 멋지는 바다 이야기를 한 벨로레를 준비했습니다.
Okay, next song they were saying, as they come to San Francisco, they can see the beautiful Pacific Ocean. So this song is about the ocean, especially the sailing. So this is about the songs about the sailing, so it's related to San Francisco. Please enjoy it.
제가 레슨 했더니 얼씨구 you 좋다 얼씨구 좋다 얼씨구 좋다 good promise 얼씨구 좋다
After all, she's the English translator.
얼씨구 좋다 거기야리여 차 거기야리야 거기야 차 뱃소리가 잔다 부딪히는 파도 소리처럼 깨우니 들려오는 너 소리에 철랑도 하루나 얼씨구 좋아리여 차 오야리야 헛기야 차 뱃놀이야 잔다 차
That's good. That's a good thing.
This is as authentic as it gets. This is the music that I usually enjoy watching a video, Korean drama. So once again, please put your hands together for Haegeum performance.
That's Chinese music instrument, no?
actually a very romantic song. I don't have a voice, otherwise I would have sang along.
You should go out there and dance. This is perfect for dance. Yeah, cha cha cha.
The last song is 진도 아리랑. 아리랑. 한번 해볼까요? 우리 멋진 한국의 대표 베스트송 코리안 진도 아리랑 불러보겠습니다.
아리아리랑 승리랑 아라리가 나네 아리랑 아라리가 나네 문경 세계 문민국인가 구야 구가 눈물이 난다 아야리랑 스리스리랑 아라리가 나네 아리랑 아라리가 나네 청천 하늘은 잔별도 안고 우리 내 가슴 속에 희망도 많다 아리아리랑 스리스리랑 아라리가 나네 아리랑 아라리가 나네 지어라 보느라 만화같은 전무 대요 우리 백사치고 나이 아야리랑 스리스리랑 아라리가 나네 아리랑 아라리가 나네 돌아가세 돌아나가세 저 다리 닦아지도록 돌아나가세 아리아리랑 스리스리랑 아라리가 나네 아리랑 아라리가 나네 남겨 장파에 두둥 실는데 거기요 참아야리여라 노를 져라 아리아리랑 스리스리랑 아라리가 나네 아리랑 아라리가 나네
Thank you. One more big round of applause. That was Yang and Solam, directed by Kyo Kim and Kumhee Kim. Thank you so much. Please stay here. We have some awards for you. Now, we have some appreciation of certificate from Congressman Mike Thompson's office.
There's Mel.
So we'll ask Mel or Pilla to come up and present those. Here you go, Mel.
너무 잘하셨다고.
So let's see. Okay, I'm going off the names that Yolanda sent me. This is from the email. Let's see. Let me do this one. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one last. Yeah. Okay, the first one is for G. O. Kim. This is from the Congressman for her outstanding performance of Korean traditional music at the Vallejo Sister City Association Black and White Gala. He wished he could be here tonight, but he had to, I think it's his wife's birthday this weekend. I hope I say this right. Kumhee Kim for her outstanding performance of Korean traditional music at the Vallejo Sister City Association Black and White Gala.
총사님도 같이 오시면 좋을 것 같은데요. 총사님, 저기서 같이 좀 오세요. 우리 또
Council General come and join the picture.
He's a part of it. Part of the Korean culture.
감사합니다.
Very good, Ravi. Thank you.
And I have one more, and this to someone who I know is behind the scenes.
Yeah.
There's always someone behind the scenes. It's not always these two Kims, but there's another Kim. This is Thomas Kim for support of the Vallejo Sister City Association. I figured that much. I think he's the smarter and the richer of the two brothers.
I tend to disagree. My husband's better looking.
Come on, Vallejo. Who's more handsome? This is my brother.
Actually, Thomas Kim is Jinchun's ambassador. Thank you, Mel. Please extend our appreciation to Congressman. And we would like to ask, where's our favorite mayor? Come on up, Mayor.
Mr.
Oh, we're going to do
Let's do Mr. Barty.
Mr. Barty first. Mr. Tom Barty.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor Parente, long time ago.
Actually, I remember you during your city council days.
Yeah.
He was our city councilman too. Yeah.
Tom loves karaoke, by the way.
Yes.
We did karaoke the first time we met at our house, I think.
Yeah, but
I call him Vallejo Elvis Presley.
It was 4 Korean beers. Okay, we have 7 certificates here. And the first one is for G.O.K. Kim.
Gio Kim.
Gio Kim. Please come forward. I'm going to read this one time. It says, we're pleased to join you in honoring your inspiring talent in the Korean arts. Your capacity for traditional art has brought you all the way to our Bay Area, and we're very appreciative of that. We're grateful to you for your contributing to the culture of our community, and on behalf of the people of our districts and the state of California, congratulations.
Mom, you're already in there. You know. Yeah. Put the mic down. Put the mic down.
Look below.
PR man.
Okay. So that's what it is.
All right, the next name is Gumhee Kim. Oh, you did a beautiful job. Thank you so much. There we go.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, again.
Yes.
Next we have Jungye Park.
Jungye Park.
You're getting better at the pronunciation, yeah.
You plus Korean.
Who's got to shrink it down?
And then just call them together. Yeah. Call the next person up.
Oh, let's do them all.
Yeah, let's do it all.
Okay.
Ajin.
Ajin Jeong.
Yes. Somehow when Tom pronounces it, it sounds more French. Jean.
Sarang Ju.
Sharang Zhu.
Okay, 이쪽으로.
There you go.
한칸을 주세요.
Kwan Hobe.
Very good. Kwan Ho Bae. Very nice. Good job.
Thank you, Kwan. And last but not least, the fabulous from Jingchong, Korea, Mr. Thomas Kim.
Me?
Yeah. Come on.
What a surprise.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Get into a picture too. Yeah.
Next year.
Thank you so much, Tom Barty. From Senator Bill Dodd's office. So we have, like I said, our favorite mayor,
Oh, thank you.
Mayor Bob Sampayan.
One of our best supporters.
Oh,
He is actually our #1 supporter.
thank you.
We couldn't have done all of our activities without the support of the mayor's office. We truly appreciate that.
Yeah, well, if I may. First of all, wasn't that performance just absolutely outstanding? Can we give these folks a huge round of applause? Coming to Vallejo from Korea is just absolutely amazing. I can't thank you all enough for bringing this culture to us, to share it with us, but more importantly, that we were here to just absorb it, but more importantly, to love it. So thank you so very, very much. We are so thankful. So with that, on behalf of the Vallejo City Council, I'm only going to read this one time through. This is a certificate of recognition. And you know what? I probably ought to put on my glasses so I can see. Ramona looked at me and said, can you see what you're seeing? So, in recognition and appreciation of your distinguished performance at the Vallejo Sister City Association Black and White Gala, presented on February 21st, 2020, presented by the City of Vallejo, its City Council, and I, Bob Sampine, Mayor. So, I will begin with Gyo Kim. Gung-hee Kim. Thank you. Jong-hae Park. Kwan Ho Bae. Sarang Ju. Ajik Jeong. Again, on behalf of the City of Vallejo, our City Council, and myself, thank you so much for this performance. This was absolutely phenomenal. You have brought a huge piece of Korea to our community. Thank you.
I'll go back a little bit. 얼굴 나와야 돼. Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. 1, 2. 다시 하나, 둘.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Oh, he says we have DJ following the entertainment, but at this time, I would like to ask our Vallejo Sister City Commission Chair, Alyssa Shanks Stewart, for her remarks. She had a major surgery just a few weeks ago, and it's amazing that she looks as good as she does tonight. Here's Alyssa, you guys. Give it up for Alyssa.
Thank you so much for allowing that. Well, I think I'll have to put my friend right here so I can read my paper. Okay, it's there. Well, first of all, hasn't this been a wonderful evening so far? Let's give another round of applause for everything that's happened so far. The food's been wonderful, the wine's been flowing, and the music has been great. So, as has been said, I'm Alyssa Shanks Stewart. I'm chair of the Vallejo Sister City Commission and just past president of the association. I'd like to begin by, once again, thanking our venue host, Vino Godfather. Let's give them another round. They, as has been said already, support us every time we ask, and we appreciate that. And we look forward to having it to continue.
Yes, of course.
Thanks again to our Korean traditional music performance that we had this evening. It was wonderful. So thank you again. We We would also like to thank all of our guests who came this evening. We appreciate your being here. We know that some of you have been longtime supporters of Vallejo Sister City, and others of you, as I look around the room, may be new supporters. So we look forward to having all of you continue to support us in the years to come.
Yes.
I would personally like to now invite all of the Vallejo Sister City board members to please join me. The Vallejo Sister City Association board members, please come forward and join me. Come on around. Don't be shy. You haven't been shy before. Come on. Thank you. So I would like to personally thank President William Kim and all of the board members who you see standing here with me this evening for their vision for this event and for the vision and the progress and the movement forward that I know will happen during the tenure of this board. So thank all of you.
Yes.
And now, please enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Lisa. I hope you all enjoyed the evening. And on behalf of the Vallejo Sister City, once again, thank you to Vina Godfather, Twyla,